All right, I'm sorry, but the power of the coupon compelled me. Here's your spooky spot on the Exorcist video collector box. And what a fitting time to be joined by the spooky candle as well. Did grab another one of these video case collector boxes at my local Spirit Halloween store. I know some people would look at these and think, what sucker's out there buying these? This sucker right here. I have myself quite a considerable stack. Let's just reach to the side here and grab in the ones we currently have looked at over the years. I've got Child's Play 2, I've got Terrifier, I've got Trick or Treat, and I've got It. All of these have something in common. Yes, they are overly expensive, but the fact that they're also collector's cases, that they look like old clamshell cased movies. But there's more. It's not just the case that you're looking at. Let's move these ones over to the side here. The collector's case does also have collectible items inside. 6 items, in fact, for one great price. The price you may be asking yourself, well, how much did you spend for this? Online on Spirit Halloween's site, they sell for $14.99. I think when I bought these in store, they were kind of more closer to $16.99. But essentially what you're really getting, though, is a collector's reproduction of old VHS clamshell case, featuring, in this case, The Exorcist. Spirit home video at the top corner. We've also, of course, got the old sticker of horror. And right here, it's also got reversible package art. So if you don't like really the idea that it has all these things that tell you that they're not the real thing, you can just simply open up the case, obviously, flip around the insert, and it would look more like an actual VHS cover. On the back, though, it's loosely based on actual events. The Exorcist is a spine-chilling tale of terror that haunt the McNeil family as they unexpectedly force to face a dark and demonic natural force. When the young 12-year-old daughter of actress Chris McNeil begins to show signs of horrifying and unexplainable illness, both doctors and psychiatrists are baffled. Soon, young Reagan McNeil is making strange noises, experiencing violent outbursts, and undergoing unnatural physical changes, which lead Chris to a desperate and frightening conclusion: her daughter is possessed by an evil spirit. There is, of course, the rest of this too, but we're not going to spend the time to go through this. I do actually like at the bottom, though, of the case, it says, "Be kind, remember to rewind." It does come included, though, with a patch, a 1.5-inch button, a decal, 2 decals, 2 buttons, and a lanyard there as well. Is that worth really the $16? Maybe not. Probably not. But again, like, seeing as I've kind of made this a tradition that every single Spooky Spot season, I have collected these VHS covers. I've actually picked up one more as well, and it's probably a good likelihood I'm going to be going back and getting more of these again. Even like the candle doesn't have anything to say. Normally he'd be just chimmering away, but he even thinks to himself, like, why would you have wasted the money? One thing that's kind of cool too is that if you open up the case, what you'll find inside is a reproduction of a VHS tape. Although it's not something you can stick inside of a VCR. Don't try to. I would think, though, it's probably the exact same size as a VHS tape, but if that goes inside the machine would just pop its wheels up, grind this all up, and then you'd have all this shredded cardboard sitting inside. While we set this to the side, actually I did want to show you guys what the reversible cover art looks like here. I think I've done this for the most part with all of these. Oh, maybe I didn't. But we're just going to pull this all out. And generally what you get with the insert, if I don't rip this, is that the insert will look exactly the same. So this is the way it looks like in the store. If you flip it around, though, it basically just does away with all these other things that just tell you it's a collectible and not so much a VHS. So we flip this around. Let's put it back the way that I would have had this. And if you're asking yourself, does this guy actually display these on the shelf? I do. I don't pretend at all to think that these are actually real VHS, nor do I try to convince my friends that these are VHS tapes either. But I do like the idea that they sit on a shelf and they look like the old days of strip plaza video stores. So there's the cover, there's the case. Let's actually open up inside the VHS and see what's going on inside. So we've got the Exorcist, got a few little decorative label decals. On the top there, we've also got widescreen letterbox version and the Exorcist collector's box, which in this case runs 120 minutes. I would think, though, that Spirit Halloween has done the due diligence to look online and see if the movie actually runs for 120 minutes. I feel like it would be longer. I'm not gonna cement myself and write myself by saying that is true. Somebody I'm sure could probably tell me if that's not the case. So let's go ahead and open this up and see exactly what we wasted our money on. Should I pull everything all out at once? Maybe no. We'll pull out one thing at a time. So the first thing that we're going to get inside these cases, and I think they're pretty much consistent with every other case that we've looked at here. You get a lanyard, you get your buttons, you get your patch. So for the lanyard, you've got yourself the Exorcist, now on home video. On the back of it, you also have the exact same. You get a rubber piece as well. This is the Exorcist. Nice, flimsy, flexible rubber. And of course, you also got yourself the lanyard strap or cord that has the Exorcist all around that as well. This does detach too, so you can just, you know, if you have I'm guessing if you have a big giant head like Littleface from Dick Tracy, you just undetach this, detach this, and just wrap this around your head that way. And that just snaps back in place. So again, like, is it really worth it just on the lanyard alone? Probably not. I mean, I don't think it's going to really increase the value of this, the demand for this, just by everything else I'm going to be pulling out. But we also got a lanyard, so we're going to put that off to the side. Let's see what else is delved in deep inside the case. We've got... Is that everything? No, okay, there should be a couple more things. We've got a patch. I would guess that would be Reagan. Reagan there. You just sew that onto your denim jacket. Oh, I haven't rocked the denim jacket in God knows how long, maybe like 2 years. I would say 20 years. About 2 years. Last 2 years ago, I would have rocked the denim jacket last. But this certainly could then be sewn on. It's an embroidered threads are highly prone to melting. So the idea, of course, is you're going to be putting this on your material. You put something over top of this, and then you run your iron, make a few passes. If you were to really follow the correct instructions, preheat and iron for 5 minutes on high setting. Pre-iron your garment where you have the patch, where you're going to be placing the patch, and then place down the patch. Place a lightweight press cloth over the patch. Press firmly and back and forth motions, as I'm indicating right now with my hands, for around 40 to 45 seconds. Turn the piece out, and with the back and forth motion, iron back the side, and for the patch, about 45 seconds while pressing firmly. Move that off to the side. What else do we have here? We got some stickers. Decals, to be more exact. I mean, decals really is just a more polished way of saying stickers. Is there really a difference between a decal and a sticker? Experts in the sticker realm could probably be able to tell me correctly, but you get yourself a poster. I do, again, like the idea. It says now available on home video down below. And again, you would just peel off the back. I really think, though, when it comes to larger stickers like this, there are some stickers that don't have the back, where like you'd be able to pull one side and then pull off the other. A lot of times they ask you to peel off the entire thing. Why is that? Why give me the extra work of doing that? And then, of course, you got a larger version of Reagan. It says, "Mother, what's wrong with me?" The various stages of Reagan's, the downward spiral into the depths with the devil. And again, does this have? Yes, it does. Half down the middle. So you just peel off both sides, and again, you can stick that on something. Don't stick it on the case. If you have yourself a sticker book, stick it on something that obviously if you change your mind down the road, you're not going to have to worry about ripping off a wall, ripping it off the dog's face. Don't stick stickers on the dog's face, please. The last thing that we have inside our case here is, I would imagine, a couple of buttons. And the buttons that we have require me opening up the baggie here. We got two of them. One says, "I'm not Reagan, the Exorcist." Looks, oh, she eating pea soup. And then the other one says, "What an excellent day for an exorcism, the Exorcist." These, I feel, sort of are more phoned in. I feel like they could have done maybe a better job of this. Had they, say, taken a picture of Pazuzu, maybe a picture of Pazuzu, put them on the pins, that would have been a little bit cooler. These, though, I don't feel work as well. I mean, if anything, what an excellent day for an exorcism. This looks more like something like a Tubi movie I'd see online, and I'd immediately turn off right away. All in all, though, again, I know the value of these. They're probably generally not worth it. People looking at this would just think to themselves, oh man, this guy wasted his money again. Yet another year, yet another wasting of money to get these stupid, pardon my French, these stupid VHS video collector's cases. But what we did get, though, inside, we got a couple of pins. We did get some stickers. And I gotta say, like, the stickers are kind of making up for the inferior looking pins, honestly, that we did get. But we've got some pretty neat looking stickers. This one I really like. This one I also really like as well. And we also got ourselves a lanyard with, of course, the additional Exorcist rubbery piece on the back of that. And we also got ourselves a patch. Now, obviously, you can put all of these back in the case when you're done with it. I think the sell of this, too, is the fact that you get inside a VHS tape where, like, all the contents are stored inside. anything that I don't end up using, I tend to put back in the VHS tape, and then I put back in the case and I have them displayed that way. So if there ever be a time that I want to get like a lanyard of Child's Play 2, or I want to get like a sticker from Terrifier, I would just go to the case on my VHS shelf and just pull out the case that way. Do they look enough like VHS tapes? I do think yes. I mean, like the old days of the clamshell cases, I think that's kind of cool. I also really like, and again, they've done it this year, is that you can take out the insert and you can flip it around. So like, for example, did I do this? See, I didn't do it with it. I still have 6 items for one great price. I think, in fact, maybe I have flipped them all back around. But I generally, though, I think I probably flipped these around in preparation of doing the review for The Exorcist. Likely, though, I'll be going back to now do it 4 other times, take the insert out, flip it around, so it looks a little bit more like a VHS clamshell case. What do you guys think of these? Let me know down below in the comment section. Total waste of time, total waste of money, or are you guys actually into collecting these also as well? This year I did notice that while they did bring back the Terrifier and Child's Play 2, they had a few others that were exclusive, I think, to this year. One being Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and they also did have a Frankenstein. Yeah. And again, I just want to stress this too. I picked this up with a little nudge of a 20% off coupon that just happened to drop recently on social media. That 20% off coupon I will be using to its full extent all through the course of whatever time that's left on that coupon. I'll be probably picking up a few other spooky related things that we'll be looking at during the month of Spotober. But again, like, what do you guys think of these? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you guys, in the meantime, did enjoy this video now, do it a solid, throw it a like. If you guys want to stick around for more so, and I certainly hope so. We're going to certainly have a lot more spooky spots coming your way for the rest of this month, so I hope you guys are going to be coming back for those. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.